Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Cyber33 and in this tutorial we are going to create this beautiful website using Bootstrap 5. As you can see, everything is scalable and responsive as I change the window size. In this way, you don't need to worry about anything. Everything is going to work on any screen size perfectly. If you are not familiar with HTML and CSS, I already made a video on that. You can find the link in the description. But here, I try my best to explain every single details. So, without waste of any time, let us get started. This is my project folder. I have all the files I need here. You can download these files from my GitHub link is in the description in case you want to practice yourself. Open this folder in your IDE, create new file in it, and name it home.html. Another HTML file name is thanks.html. After that, we press the sign off button in home.html. We are going to go to thanks.html. Another file, home.css, to adjust the styles for homepage. If you are using VS Code, make sure to install this extension here, HTML CSS support. It's going to make our work much more easier. Just type HTML5 and press enter. You have a full HTML tag for our web page. Change the title to anything you want. I changed the title to Bootstrap 5 project. To install Bootstrap, go to your browser and search for Bootstrap. Click on first link. Right now, the latest version is 5.3. Scroll down to see Content Delivery Network links. CDN. You have two links here. One is link for your style sheet. Copy and paste it at the end of your head tag in your HTML. Line 7. Another one is your Bootstrap script. Copy and paste this one too. We are ready to go. Bootstrap is installed. After that, you can add your own JavaScript if you have any other script in your project or any other CSS in your project. In my case, I have to add home.css after installing Bootstrap. All right, let's jump into coding the body. We have two divs inside the body. First div is a container, which is a part of Bootstrap. I have a heading 1, a heading 2, and a paragraph. I'm gonna add some text for each one. I used span tag for Cyber33. The reason is I want to change the color for this specific part of heading 1. Go to home.css and add a background color for container class. Dot container background color RGBA color. Reload the page and this is my container class. It is responsive, very good. After paragraph, we need to add Bootstrap row. So div class equals row. Another div class equals column medium. Call img-md-4, padding 2. I need 3 of these. Let's add some text for them. 1, 2, 3. Before running this code, let me show you what is column inside Bootstrap. Go to your browser, search for Bootstrap 5 W3 schools. Click on this link here. Go to BS5 Grid Basic. As you can see, maximum number for columns is 12. If you want to use the whole width of your screen, the summation of your columns must be equal to 12. In my case, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Let me show you the result. Copy path and paste it in your browser. Column 1, column 2, column 3. But what does MD mean? P2 is just a simple padding 2 pixels. It is not very important. You can just add padding here in your CSS file. Here is some explanation, but I'm going to show you exactly what it does. When my screen width is greater than 768, you can see everything is fine. And then when my screen becomes smaller, columns becomes like this. There are many other options to choose if you want to change the responsive state, but 768 pixels is good for me. So I used column medium, column empty. Instead of 1, I need to add an image. Image tag, source, 1.png in my main folder, alternative text, bricked line, inside strong tag, can write some titles, brick line, and information text. That's it. Do the same thing for column 2 and 3. And don't forget to add class img-fluid to use Bootstrap image system for column 3 as well. And we have beautiful responsive grid system. Let's create a navigation bar at the top. Div class equals container-fluid. Add the same background color for container fluid class. Add a few text to it. So I have a full container at the top. Add 2 pixels margin here by typing m-2, or you can simply just add the margin in CSS file. Doesn't matter. I don't need this margin and this text right here. I just wanted to show you how it works. Actually, we need nav tag. Inside nav, we have unordered list. Class is navbar space navbar dash expand dash sm, which means small screen. I'll show you exactly what it does. Instead of using CSS to adjust the style, you can simply set any style you want right here. Type this style to get rid of dot sign before each list item. List item tag class equals nav dash item. Add a few padding if you want. Define a anchor tag as list item. Set the link here, nav dash link as class. You can add a text, image, or a button here to click on. This is enough for me. I want two more nav item, one for contact and one for about. If I click, it takes me to hashtag page. If I change the window size, my navigation bar expands as my screen becomes small. What I mean by small is screen width less than 576 pixels. We need another container div in order to add inputs to it. And because we need to get all of the inputs and do something with them, I have to create a form at first. Action is going to another page, thanks.html, and method is get. Inside this form, you can create your container div. Inside container, create two row, add two columns to each one. Just for testing, I give them 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, I used column small 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. So the full width of this container would be used by these two rows. And when I decrease the screen width, you can see they change. Okay. Instead of simple number 1, I want to add my username input. Input type text, style equals width 80%, name equals username, placeholder is also username, and it is a required input, which means it is necessary to fill this input when you want to submit the form. Reload the page, and here is my username input. Instead of number 2, I have email input. So input, type email with 80%, name and placeholder is equal to email. Instead of number 3, I have password input. Input type equals password, style equals width 80%, name equals password, placeholder equals password, and it is a required input. Instead of number 4, I have a select tag. So select tag, name equals course, style equals width 80%, value 1, value 2, value 3, basic, personal, organization. That's it. Perfect. All right. After the second row, we have to add our button and checkbox. I have input submit. To access this specific input in CSS, I give it an ID, btn, value, which is the text on the button, is sign up. Break the line. I have a paragraph tag for remember me checkbox. Style equals padding top 5 pixels. The text is remember me. In front of remember me, I have a checkbox input. Input, type checkbox. I need to specify an ID for it. ID equals box. Name equals remember. All right, if I click on sign up button, it tells me to fill out the username and password and fill the email in a specific type, @ blah blah blah.com. Then I can go to my thanks page by clicking sign up. So let's jump into creating thanks.html. I'm going to keep it very, very simple. Just like before, HTML5, title, just a few simple styles for body because I'm not going to create a separate CSS for it. Font size 80 pixels and text align center. Inside body, I have just a simple anchor tag which takes me back to my home.html. And the text is thank you. As simple as that. All right, let us fill out the sign up page to see what happens. It worked. Now we are inside thank you page. If I click on this, it takes me back to home page. Very good. Now it is time to add styles to home page. We need to add a font face, @font-face, font family column, inside quotation type custom. Source is URL quadjunct.ttf in main folder, and the format is TrueType. This is my font file here. Now we have to apply this font for the whole body tag. Font family, custom. 16 pixels font size. We have a background image, pixels.jpg in the main folder. So URL inside parentheses, inside quotations, type pixels.jpg. This file here. All right, as you can see, Bootstrap default font color is not black. Let's change it to pure black color. Color, black. All right. For navigation bar, which is container fluid class, I want to change the font size to 1.5 em and change the color to some sort of green color. If you remember, I had one span tag in my HTML for Cyber33. I'm gonna change the color for this one as well. It is right here. Reload and Cyber33 is changed. For container class, set text line to center. Much more beautiful. Let's add some border padding and margin. Border 20 pixels solid with this color. Border radius is 20 pixels. And I have 20 pixels margin on top. We are very close to the final result. Let's make each row a little bit bigger. Font size for row class is 1.2 em. Much better. I want to increase the font size for select tag as well. Font size 1.5 em. It is bigger now. Let's change the color and size of submit button. ID BTN. Background color, this RGB green color. Font family is custom. And the font size is twice as big as the default font size. I want to change the button width to 200 pixels and round it by giving it border radius 10 pixels. Finally, the last thing we're going to do is changing the color and size of checkbox. Box ID accent color equals this RGB green color. Transform scale parentheses 2 makes it twice as big. And finally, it is time to test our final result. Everything works perfectly on any screen. Sign up, and that's it. Thanks for watching. That's all for this tutorial. If you want to practice, as I said, you can download all of the files for this project in my GitHub. Link is in the description. If you learned anything new, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because we have a lot of useful tutorials on this channel about web development and Python programming language. And don't forget to hit the bell so you can get notified when I release a new video and don't miss out. See you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.